So there was a ton of anti-Halloween, anti-trick-or-treating propaganda out being pushed by the mainstream fear media mongers over in the corporate media. And so last night, I had posted a video asking what your guys' experience was with Halloween, if you thought it was going to be ruined. And so we decided that we were going to take our 3.5-year-old son out trick-or-treating ourselves and, see what the outside world had in store for us. So we ended up going to about a mile from our current house to our old neighborhood because it's a big Halloween neighborhood. All of the kids go out trick-or-treating. Everybody decorates. It's a big community event. And we just found out about it last year, right before we moved to our new house. And we're like, man, we just figured this out since we just lived here. We've lived here all these years and we just figured this out. So anyways, we went there. And it was like the normal world. It was incredible. There were maybe, I would estimate, a high estimation of about 5% of everybody that we saw had on masks. Everybody else were behaving totally normally, as if nothing was happening. There were, big extravagant displays that people had on their houses. All the kids were out. Everybody was trick-or-treating. People were packed like sardines on the sidewalks and the streets. It was, everybody's spirits were totally uplifted. People were being happy, joyful. We got to see everybody's smiling faces. It was like a brief return to normal humanity. And, I'm not necessarily the most outgoing person in the world, but we talked to a lot of people. Went to multiple houses, and everybody was being normal. And a few people had conversations about the you-know-what C19 pandemic. And everybody was also under the same impression as us, that it was nice that people were behaving normally. And there was actually one house where every year they make their front driveway. They have like a 3-car garage driveway, and they set it up like a dance floor. And they have lights, strobe lights, music blaring, and all the kids and their parents go up, and everybody dances and goofs off and has a good time. And everybody was there on the dance floor dancing. The kids were dancing around, having a blast. And there wasn't any weirdo like, oh, stay 6 feet away from me. Oh my gosh. There weren't people like cowering and wearing, weird stick contraptions with 6 feet parameters around. There was none of that. It was incredible. And, one of the really nice things was to be able to look at another human being and make that eye contact and exchange a smile and actually see that the other human being was smiling. So it was very encouraging in my opinion. But my area also is a pretty decent area. There's been, some very obviously paid Soros BLM protesters that have been protesting once a week for several months now here in my local area. And, the locals have been meeting up on the opposite side of the street, armed with guns and, standing there peacefully, of course, but ready to go in case people want to start rioting. So a little bit different of a location, but either way, still very encouraging. And as I've been saying throughout this entire thing, we've got an uphill battle to fight, but we can still do it. And there are millions of people out there that are waking up to this scam. Millions. Even when we're going out in public and you go to the grocery store and you see a bunch of people wearing masks, just realize that a good portion of those people are only doing it just to get along, but they know that it's nonsense. There's a lot of people just going along just not to ruffle any feathers, right? So we can still win this thing. There's still a lot of great people out there that know what's going on. So let's not get discouraged. Keep spreading the truth. And let's try to retain our humanity. Don't let these criminals at the top of this New World Order pyramid remove our humanity from us. It's the last thing we can have. They might be able to control the speech. They might be able to control the institutions and everything, but they cannot take away our humanity unless we allow them to. So with that being said, please let me know in the comments below how your Halloween went. Again, mine was great. It was very, very encouraging that people were not acting like a bunch of psychotic idiots. So, hey, hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you don't already. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you are doing well. Check back tomorrow for another video. Take care.